Well, good morning again. It's November the 2nd, and I've been sitting here for a good while pondering this topic that I'm going to be speaking about today, the title of which is Please Don't Talk About the Government. I had an exchange recently with someone who overheard me referring to the US government as a criminal enterprise. I was told in no uncertain terms that I was contributing to vision and lack of peace in the world. It was said that we could not achieve peace while maintaining ideas of separation. Frankly, it made me think. If we all ignored criminal activity in high places, would it go away? After all, I was reminded, things are the way they are because we feed into the separation. Are we not supposed to separate between lies and truth to the best of our ability? To me, that is near the top of the list of required tasks for being human, if we ever want to be free. What do you think? Indeed, this comment did not come from someone that is insignificant in my life. It's actually someone that I hold in esteem and respect their opinion. And it pulled the rug out from under me to hear that it's dangerous to be telling the truth that the government is a criminal operation. And that is the truth. The United States government has long been a criminal operation. And most of the people that play those roles, they may not start out as criminals, but they end up as criminals because that's the game. It's about control. It's about stealing rights. It's about stealing wealth. It's about stealing our integrity. It's about stealing the idea that God wants us to be whole, that God wants us to be free, that God created us to be gods, not to be subservient to some government idea that's based on fear, that wants to control everything and be in charge because it's afraid that it might not be right or whatever. Whatever the fear is based on, all fear, ultimately, when it boils right down to it, is irrational fear. There really isn't anything to be afraid of, and yet we've created things that seem to be so filled with the ability to terrorize us, which is creating fear. So we are a terrorized race of people who don't know who we are, who don't know enough to step into our rights and our God-given mission even, which is to create a world that is beautiful, that is fulfilling, that is loving, and to become people of truth, people of light, to become sons and children of a living God who cares. But the one thing that God did, and some would say maybe that's a mistake, but I don't think it's a mistake, is He gave us freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to be whatever we wanted to be. Freedom to experiment. Freedom to toy around with ideas and actions and things to do and not do. He did not impose upon us a whole bunch of rules except one that's recorded in the Bible, and that is don't divide between good and evil. And I'm dividing between good and evil. Am I breaking that commandment? Have I eaten of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? The whole human race has eaten of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. All of us have eaten of that tree. Every single one of us. Does that mean we're all damned and going to die? Hell no. God is loving. And look at how much time, we're talking generation after generation, going into several millennia at the very least. At the very least, it's millennia that we're talking about. That's 1,000-year periods that we're talking about, that God has given us free rein to experiment with trying to do it our way. instead of loving one another, instead of recognizing that we are interconnected, that life is a single web, not multiple webs, but a single web. Again, I've been reading the Anastasia books, and they are amazing. I spent actually quite a bit of time. I read several chapters yesterday. And normally I only read one or two a day, and then I ponder them. But I was just getting so into it that this woman with such wisdom, who never, never, never was educated in our worldly system as we know it, and not in any country, East or West, did not get her education from there, and yet she's brilliant, brilliant. I mean, I think the most brilliant human being on the planet in in many, many respects. As I've said before, I don't think I could totally adopt her lifestyle of living as a recluse in a wilderness area, and I like the idea of making friends with the animals and stuff like that, but just eating from whatever grows and stuff like that, I don't know if I could do that. Probably not. Not with my current mindset. I couldn't. I'd have to really go through a lot of transformation in order to live the way that she lives. And I do believe that we don't all have to live on farms to have a spiritual reality experience. I do believe that that some of us can live in cities and stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, she certainly is an advocate of rural type living, not city type living. So there's a lot of things to explore. But when I'm told, don't talk about the government as if it's something that's wrong, it is a product of human consciousness. But human consciousness has been manipulated. Has it been manipulated by other created beings? Well, I believe all beings are created beings. We are all part of the God or the Creator that made all things in the beginning. And everything is progressing. But we have to take inventory. We have to take stock. That's how I see it. And to not challenge the status quo, for me, would be a tremendous sin, a tremendous shortcoming. To not say, hey, don't believe everything just because somebody says it's true. That includes me. Explore. Weigh things in your heart. How does it feel? And Anastasia continues to emphasize, and of course it's not continuing because I'm not having an actual conversation with her, but what I'm reading, she emphasizes over and over again about trusting our feelings. Our feelings are the barometer or the thermostat of our mental capacity. It's based on feelings, not thoughts. Our thoughts have been programmed. Our thoughts have been manipulated so that we don't think clearly. We think according to what we've been told, and we've been lied to again and again. Is it not time to remember that? It's not just the government. It's the churches. It's not just the churches. It's the schools. It's not just the schools. It's the media. It's the entire structure of human society that has borne false witness and told lies to us that make us accept that we are less than what we were created to be. We were not created to be sick all the time. We were created to be healthy. We were created to be vital and have vitality going again and again and again, and lives that are enriched. But we've lived lives that are impoverished and constantly fighting just to stay well and taking medicines that are supposed to make us well and actually make us sicker in many cases. Are we not supposed to look at the truth of these things? So when I'm asked, please don't talk about the government, it makes me think, it really does. When it's said that I'm contributing to division, it makes me think. But we need to change something, folks, and we need to examine these ideas. Thank you for listening. Namaste.